What is good? What is up? It's Jordan, or Texans Thoughts, and I'm back with another film breakdown. Today, we are going to be looking at what Jamal Adams can potentially bring to the Texans. So if you haven't heard, Adams has demanded for a trade from the New York Jets, and can you really blame him? Thankfully, the Texans were one of the few teams that he listed he would want to go to. He is from Houston, he loves the city, and I'm sure he would love to come home. So today, I'll be breaking down Adams' game and showing why we should be so excited about him potentially coming to the Texans. He would be a perfect fit next to Justin Reed, who can be primarily the single high free safety, while Adams can be the strong safety in the box. Adams is a game changer, and he and JJ Watt are the only players in NFL history to have 200 plus tackles, 10 plus sacks, and 25 plus PBUs in their first 3 seasons. That's crazy, just a ridiculous stat, and why not have both of those players in Houston? So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. What would you guys be willing to give up for Jamal Adams? Let me know. Also, would really appreciate it if y'all could check out the Texans Unfiltered website and podcast. We've got a lot of great content for you guys on everything Texans related. Those links will be in the description. Alright, now let's dive into the film of Jamal Adams, because the film don't lie. So the first major thing that Adams can bring to the Texans is his elite ability to blitz. He has to be the best blitzing DB in the entire NFL. And so he always plays down in the box here, and the Jets are sending just a simple 5-man blitz here, and the Texans with Anthony Weaver, he loves to blitz DBs. Whether it's safeties or cornerbacks, he just loves to send DBs, and Jamal Adams is going to be nasty potentially for us on these blitzes. And Adams is just pretty unblockable on these. The tight end tries to block him, but it's no luck. This was Adams' first sack of the season, and it actually only came midway through the season when the Jets started to blitz more, but then in his last 7 games, he had 6.5 sacks. So it's crazy to think that if we blitz him more like the Jets did in the second half of the season, his sack numbers could be even more ridiculous. So moving on to his second sack of the season, Jamal Adams is in the box here, which is perfect for the Texans because Jay Reed can play that single high role perfectly. And if you don't believe me, I made a video about it, so you can check that out. But I love having Jamal Adams in the box here. He's closer to the action, and we can really see him use his fire and physicality. So on this blitz, the Jets are again sending 5, and the running back is supposed to try and pick up Adams, but he can't. Saquon Barkley tries his best to block Jamal Adams, but he just comes in too fast, he's too physical, he just runs through this block, and Barkley is left helpless as Jamal Adams gets in on the quarterback for the sack. He even throws Saquon to the ground there too. That is unnecessary, but I love that fire, physicality, energy, and passion out of Adams. We see that on display with this blitz by the Jets right here, and they do a great job of disguising this blitz. They crowd the line of scrimmage, and it looks like they're sending 6, maybe even 7 guys, but they're only sending 4. However, they are blitzing Jamal Adams, and if you're blitzing Adams, you've got a really good chance you're gonna get a sack. And so they send the blitz, and the Redskins running back looks like he's picked him up right here. However, Adams isn't satisfied with just being blocked. He keeps on fighting, he shows off that physicality, gets through the block, and eventually finishes off Dwayne Haskins for the sack. Another one here against the Redskins. He actually had 3 on the day, and look at Adams just put this hezzy on the left tackle. Ooh, that's so disgusting, man. You want to talk about pass rushing moves? Jamal Adams got it all. Look at this, goddamn, the hezzy, ooh. Freezes the tackle and just blows right by him for the sack. Now for his 3rd sack of the day against the Redskins, he just put on a show in this game. They couldn't stop him. It was embarrassing. And I like the trickery in this one because at this point, look, you can see he's motioning over to the left side of the field. And right here, where he follows number 13 to the left, you would think that he's in man coverage, right? Wrong. He's actually blitzing, and you would never expect that as an offense. But he comes free, and boom. Sack number 3. Now this is hands down the nastiest sack I've ever seen from Jamal Adams and a lot of DBs in general, honestly. I mean, it's ridiculous. He forces the fumble, brings it back for 6, and let's just look at this nice and slowly. Jamal Adams, he just outmanned Saquon Barkley. He runs him over. He's like, I don't even see you in front of me. You can't block me. And then he just rips the ball out of Daniel Jones' hands like he's stealing his damn baby. Like, what you doing, Daniel Jones? Hold on to the football, man. Man, Jamal Adams don't care. He taking that back for 6. Let's go. Bring this shit to Houston, dog. So everyone loves sacks, but Adams' blitzes, they can help out the teammates and in other aspects of the defense. So on this one, he pressures the quarterback and he forces him to throw that interception because he has to speed up his mechanics and his thought process and doesn't see that linebacker lurking underneath. Now again on this one, his blitz from the right side of the defense here, it forces the quarterback to hurry up his mechanics and it causes him to miss this wide open wide receiver there. One more here just to really drive home the point where some of these aren't going to show up in the box score. However, they are a true impact of Jamal Adams. He blitzes off the right edge here, runs through the running back, forces that errant throw. So as a box safety, Jamal Adams has to be able to hold up on run defense, and he can more than just hold up. He'll make a lot of impact splash plays. And so on this play by the Dolphins, you can see that they're running power to the left. They have that guard that's pulling around, and this motion man is another guy who's acting like a puller on this play. And so the rest of the offensive line, they're going to block to the right here. They're going to block one gap over to the right and sell a run to the right. However, look at Jamal Adams. He's not buying it for 1 second. He sees the motion coming over and he's instantly pointing to the left. He knows that they're running this counter, and you should not believe that even though the offensive line's first motion is going to be to the right, don't believe that because his run is still going to the left. So he's pointing out the entire way. His IQ as the defensive leader is on the next level. So he points it out, and look at him. He just shoots through this gap so quickly, jumps over the defender. You can't block him. He gets into the backfield and just throws the running back to the ground. Jamal is so quick in coming downhill like this. He makes so many of these tackles for loss. And if you don't block him perfectly, like Nelson Aguilar misses the block here, then he's just going to get into the backfield and blow up plays. So it's great if Adams comes in unblocked, but what happens if he actually has to deal with blocks from a fullback, tight end, or an offensive lineman? So in this one, he just overpowers the block completely, and you can't put a wide receiver on him. Now in this play, I love that he just jumps over the pile and stops the QB sneak. I love that effort, and just the timing of that is great. It's just a small little play that I really liked. Now in this one, Adams has shown that he can be really aggressive, but on this play, it also shows his great discipline in filling run lanes. So the run's going to be to the right, and you can see that this defensive tackle is going to have the B gap, the defensive end is going to have the C gap, and Adams is going to be the force player outside. And so you can see at this point, it looks like the running back could have a lane to the outside, but Adams is supposed to be there to contain it. Now at this point, he's contained it, and he has two options. The running back can either go inside or cut it outside, and Adams has both those on lock. He's just squatting there, sitting there, and then boom. He waits for the running back to make a decision and makes the tackle. So we saw how great he can be from the box, but the Jets and the Texans also play a lot of too high. And Jamal Adams was just so good at coming downhill and having these big hits on the running back to minimize the gain. They might get a 3 or 4 yard gain, but Jamal Adams would stop it from getting any bigger. And I just love this big hitter mentality. And also, it's just his awareness and IQ of being able to sniff out plays like this screen that the Cowboys are going to run to the left to the running back here. He sees it the entire way and then blows it up, minimizing the gain. So run defense is great, but coverage is key in the NFL nowadays, and Jamal Adams is locked down against tight ends, which is something that we could use after losing to Sean Gibson. So on this play, the Jets, they're in cover 1, and the Texans run that a ton, and this is how it can kind of look like for us. So you can have Garyon Conley at the top here in press. You can have Roby here in the slot following this wide receiver in motion. Then you can have Jamal Adams here against the tight end in man coverage. This last outside corner can be Lonnie Johnson, who's on a tight end in this scenario, which is perfect. And then what makes it the cover 1 is that single high safety, and that can be Justin Reed. Again, I really believe in his ability to play this role, and you can check out that video that I made on him here. So as we see the play develop here, Jamal Adams is just so physical with his jam. I love that. He never backs down from a fight and just throws off the timing of this route by the tight end. And so he's in his head basically, and then at this point, then he undercuts the route greatly, uses his length to bat away the ball with perfect timing. That's just an awesome play from Jamal Adams. So another example here, and the Jets are again in cover 1. And this is perfect because the Texans have transitioned to a very cover 1 heavy defense, and I would expect more of the same with Anthony Weaver. And so Jamal Adams is in the box here against the tight end yet again in man coverage. And this is a great play out of him. It's a veteran move here. It's just great communication to be able to read this route and see what's going on. And so let me show you what I'm talking about. So this slot wide receiver here, he's going to be trying to set a pick on Jamal Adams to free him. Because setting a pick is the best way to beat man coverage, and offenses, they know that. And so they read man coverage from the alignment of the defense. and this guy, he's going to try and pick off Jamal Adams. And if you remember, in the Chiefs game and in a lot of other games, we've been killed with these pick routes. But Jamal Adams, he shows the ability to be great in communicating and getting around these picks. And so as I play the play here, you can see that he just runs right past it. It doesn't phase him whatsoever. It doesn't slow him down, doesn't chip him. And then he's able to attack the tight end, drive on the ball, and play the ball out of his hands really aggressively and force the pass breakup. So looking at this again, look how he just runs around the pick and then has the closing speed to drive on the ball. And I love how he plays the hands and just rips that ball out. One more play here against tight end and man coverage just to really drive home the point. And Jamal Adams, he gets pushed off a little bit at the top of the route, but he comes downhill really quickly, drives on the ball, and knocks it out of the tight end's hands. You're not always going to be in perfect position, but it's your ability to recover like Jamal Adams does here that gets back into the play and is never given up. I love that from him. So man coverage is great, but Jamal Adams is also pretty solid in zone coverage. He's shown some good ability to drive downhill on the ball and make a play like this pick six here against the Patriots. This was a crazy play. I love his return ability on this one. That's the main thing I took away from this, because this is just a straight up overthrow. He doesn't make a crazy good play here, but the best part of it is just his return game here. And so it's showing that he's a dynamic athlete and he's going to score some touchdowns for us, hopefully. So the Jets are going to be in a weird cover 4 here, as you can see from these 4 deep secondary defenders, and then these 2 linebackers are going to be in kind of shallow hook zones. And what's weird about this one is that this linebacker in the middle here, he's acting kind of like a Tampa 2 zone defender, where he's going to get a lot of depth on his drop. So this is a little weird coverage here, but the Texans wanted a lot of cover 4, so Adams can fit right in with this. So watch Jamal Adams on this play. He comes downhill and breaks really quickly on this receiver coming open on the post route. It looks like DJ Chark has some room, but Jamal says no. His ability to come downhill quickly as a quarters safety here is so pivotal to how we run our scheme. This is amazing to see. So more too high coverage out of Jamal Adams, and I think this play is actually really underrated. His transition from backpedal to closing on the ball is just so great. And so as I pause the play, you can see that the wide receiver, he's running a post corner. So he's going to attack downfield, then he's going to cut inside, take a head fake inside to try and sell that post route. Then he's going to cut to the outside to the sideline of the field, and that theoretically should be open. That's a great double move, and against this type of coverage, it can really trick Jamal Adams. However, he doesn't bite on it. He smoothly goes from his back pedal like a cornerback into crashing downhill on that corner route. He doesn't panic on the post fake. He stays disciplined and just cuts when the wide receiver is actually cutting and just locks down this route. And I know the ball doesn't go his way here, but he completely locks us down. And if it did, it would have been a pass breakup or even an interception. One last play here of Jamal Adams in zone coverage. He gets motioned inside, and the Redskins do a good job of putting him in a conflict of assignment. So at this point, you can see that the running back is coming open in the flat, but there's also a tight end right beside him. So he has 2 guys to guard, and this is a really tough position where the offense is usually going to win. But as you can see here, he plays it really well and just stays home. He doesn't react too aggressively to either the flat or to the tight end, and he just stays home, reads the quarterback's eyes, and gets the pass breakup for it. Alright, that'll do it for my Jamal Adams film breakdown. I hope you all agree with me and see the monster that Adams is. He's such a perfect fit for our defense, and we could use that fire and passion that he plays with. He's a high impact player and would take our secondary to the next elite level. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. If you're still listening, you're a real one, and the question of the day is, what would you give up in a trade for Jamal Adams? Let me know. As I mentioned, I'm a part of Texans Unfiltered, and we've got an awesome team working hard to provide y'all the best Texans content. So I'd really appreciate it if y'all could check out the links in the description below. You can follow me on Twitter at Texans_thoughts for more updates on the Jamal Adams situation, more film breakdowns, live game tweets, and really anything Texans related. Alright, this was Jordan or Texans Thoughts. Hope you enjoyed and come back for more. Take care, everyone.